Hey guys, what's going on? Cody from Mad Vapes Easily here, and I'm going to be doing a build on a new RDA from 528 Customs. It is the Goon 1.5. This thing is gorgeous. I haven't even built or tried it yet, but I went ahead and bought this one. This is the rose gold version of it. I couldn't help myself. I had to have it. But on the bottom there, you'll see that they've got their Goon logo, the v1.5, and then my serial number down there, which I've got the 7,572nd one. Here's the build deck here. Now, from what they were saying and what they did, they've made the posts smaller or thinner so that you can fit more in the deck here. Looks like they've made the juice well a little bit deeper. I don't know. I've got my original Goon right here, so we can kind of compare, like, as far as looks and everything like that. So, there they are together. If it's down in there, it looks like it's just a little bit shorter than the regular. Or than the original. It looks taller in the body. Maybe I'm holding it wrong. No, it looks taller in the body, but shorter on the drip tip. So they've shortened the drip tip and kind of squashed it out. As you can see, it's a little bit wider here as far as the mouthpiece of it. Actually, this one has the wider inward hole, though. Alright. So on the outside of it, you've got your 528 logo, but on this one you have your the Goon with the saber-toothed tiger looking thing on there. So if we pull both of these off here, now I've got a build on mine, so it's going to be a little bit different as far as looking at it. But here's both decks side by side, and oops, let me turn that where you can see. So as you can see, those posts are thinner. They're not gold-plated anymore. The juiced wells are about the same height, I would say. But definitely a lot more room to build because you don't have that those thicker posts. But we're going to go ahead and do a build on it, see how it runs, see how it does. I'm actually building on the box that I just did a video on. It's the Vaporesso Turret. No, it's not a Turret, I lied to you. The Vaporesso Revenger kit, my bad. This is actually a really solid box and I really like it. I don't know, I've like bought enough stuff and spent enough money already on stuff, but I really like this too. Anyways, we'll get into the build here. First let me show you what all comes in the bag. So this is the bag here. It's not stitched anymore. It's more of like a printed kind of thing. But in the bag, hold on, let me grab this phone real fast. Alright guys, so, we're gonna go ahead, I'll show you what's in the bag. So you get your Allen keys, extra O-rings, extra screws, all of that good stuff, and then the actual Goon comes in a little bag itself. But it's still nice to get that little, velvet kind of bag thing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in this, but, let's go ahead and get into the build here. So, let's see, let me grab all my stuff. Move the mouse. Hold on. Alright, so on the top post here, they've got these Phillips head screws, but it looks like you can also use a flathead with it the way they've got them designed, so that's pretty awesome actually. I like that a lot. So we're going to go ahead and unscrew these posts here. Alright. So I'm going to be using some pre-built coils out of the Demon Killer Violence pack. We're going to use some of the, we're going to use the Staple Staggered Fused Claptons. These are ohming out at 0.3 a piece, so this should ohm out close to 0.15. So what I normally do with these is I'll put them in there. I'll find just about where I want them. So like that will be perfect. And then I'll take my clippers and go ahead and clip them. This way it just makes it a lot easier so you're not clipping wires all around stuff and possibly clipping like your leads and stuff early, or clipping the wrong lead on the wrong thing. Because I've done that like 6 billion times. So I just go ahead and pre-clip them. Alright, and then same on the other side. So now that I got those in, I'm just going to go ahead and take my other ones and put them back in there. And that's about where we want it. So now that I've got those there, I'm going to go ahead and start tightening down my clamps here. Alright. These are about where I want them. Let's make sure we're not touching anywhere. Turn that. I don't hear anything hitting. And normally that's what I'll do right after, before I wick it or shape it or anything like that. I'll just put the cap back on, twist it around, make sure it's not touching anything. Oh, I forgot to show y'all that this comes off actually, and that's where your airflow is. So they've got two sections, one for single airflow and one for dual airflow, but we're doing dual, of course. But for people with single, for the single airflow, they've got that as well, in case you just want to put one coil. I'm not sure, I'm sure that the old Goon had it on there. I never use single coil airflow or put single coils on anything, so I never really pay attention to it. Alright, so now that we got those where we want, we're going to go ahead and start firing her up. Alright, so she's ohming out right now at a 0.18, but I'm sure that will change after we start shaping and getting everything where we want it at. Alright, and the goal of this, of course, is to get them to burn from the center out and evenly. Tighten these posts down a little more. Make sure everything is going into place. And there's always that good technique of strumming. Alright, these look like they're burning pretty even. So, that doesn't look that even to me from cool. I want them to heat up as evenly as possible. Okay, here's what I want. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew this post real fast. Let's see if I can get this lead to go in here a little bit better. No, I think I'm going to have to unscrew this side too. Alright, so here's what I want. That to go in there a little bit more. No. Stay in there. There we go. That's a lot better. I definitely like the way that they've put these screws where they're Phillips or flathead. That's beautiful. That makes things a lot simpler. Let me clip some of this excess lead off right here. I see some people that leave like little bits of leads on their stuff, and I personally just don't want anything showing at all. So I'll try to get it as close to that post as possible. Let's see how we're working now. Alright, those are heating up even now. I think putting it a little bit closer to the post helped. Alright, so that's exactly what we want right there. Yep, we are cooking with gas. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take some good old coton bacon and wick this thing up. And recently I've been wicking my stuff a little bit heavier than I used to. I used to wick pretty light, but after seeing a couple people do it, and actually I had somebody, he was putting some coils that he made for me on mine, and he wicked it for me, and I normally do my own wicking, but he actually wicked it pretty well, and I noticed that he had a lot more cotton in there than I normally have, so I kind of stole his technique. If you ever see this, Eric, shout out to you. Alright, so just had some customers come in, but basically what I did was I just ran that cotton all the way through over to the other side, and we're just going to clip her off. Clip her right there. Bam. Wham, bam, yes ma'am, you are good to go. So then I'm just going to take my little screwdriver here, tuck my cotton in. Same on the other side. Excuse me. Alright, so now that we got that on there, we're going to go ahead and drip our juice on it. And I've got some of Conspiracy Cloud's Kennedy. It's a pistachio sugar cookie with a caramel drizzle. And this stuff is the bomb. I really like it. Conspiracy's been making a lot of really good flavors recently. Like Mason's Brew is really good. It's a coconut cashew nut butter with a pink Himalayan salt. That stuff is awesome as well. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and burn it off a couple times, because regardless of what anybody tells me, I still feel like I get like that cotton flavor off of cotton bacon. Alright, so I'm going to turn it up a little bit. We were on 70, but I normally vape at 125, so we're going to try that out. Oops. Alright, slide the cap on here, and let's see how she's vaping. Wow. So that thing is considerably more airy than the regular Goon. Like, way more airy. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Yeah, so that's a little bit better. I'm very impressed by this thing. That airflow is ridiculous. I like the cap. I'm honestly surprised that they didn't use that new Delrin, which the name always escapes me. If you watch any of these other videos, you'll see where the name escapes me. Ultim. The Ultim cap on it, like they did the LPs. I had one of the LPs as well, and I really loved the LP. I normally vape hotter builds though, so the LP didn't do as well for me. It was just hot, like really, really ridiculously hot. And don't get me wrong, I like a hot vape. I mean, 125 is normally where I stay at, but the LP was just too small for me. But if you like small RDAs, that thing is perfect. Like, don't get anything else. Forget about the Dingy or the Derringer or anything like that of the small kind. Get that Goon LP. That thing was amazing. As far as flavor and everything like that, especially if you do like smaller coil builds and stuff like that. But other than that, that's the Goon v1.5. It is beautiful. I really love it. I'm glad that they're doing stuff out there at 528. Them saying v1.5 though makes me wonder if we're going to see a v2 here very soon. So just keep your eyes out for that. And if you have any questions about this or anything else for that matter, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and we'll be sure to get back to you. All right, y'all have a great day.